Hi, I'm Michael Pavlik, and I did my report on the Rose Bowl. Arguably the most iconic stadium in American history, the current Rose Bowl was built in 1922. It is located in Pasadena, California, and recognized as a United States National Historic Landmark. It seats more than 100,000 fans and has hosted some of the most important moments in sports folklore. The Rose Bowl was the site of the 1984 Olympics, the 1994 FIFA World Cup Final, the 1999 Women's World Cup Final, and the host of 5 different Super Bowls. It is the regular home of the UCLA football games and annually hosts the cherished Rose Bowl games. To talk about the design and construction of the Rose Bowl, so until 1922, the Rose Bowl football game was played at a tournament park. Because of the explosion of college football and its respected passing game, the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association sought to expand on the stadium. At the time, it could only hold 40,000 people. The mastermind and architect behind the stadium was Myron Hunt. He was influenced by the then recent construction of the Yale Bowl. The Rose Bowl has been expanded many times over the course of many years. To elaborate on the technology side of the Rose Bowl, although the Rose Bowl was named the top American sports venue of the 20th century, there's been a lack of technology that is so commonly associated with modern-day sports facilities. This isn't to take away from the prestige and aura of the Rose Bowl, but the stadium officials and the city of Pasadena have realized that renovations need to be done in order to offer the fans the ultimate modern-day experience. The city has invested more than $140 million in a project called The Next 100 Years, which is to be completed in 2018. With this modernization and renovation comes new aisles and handrails, fancy locker rooms, bigger tunnels, updated bathrooms, and a brand new electrical and plumbing system. On top of that, there will be a new LED video screens, a 54-suite pavilion, a new command center, and new video control room. The stadium is also working on getting Wi-Fi and a modern way for fans to connect with one another. All the while staying true to its historic past and tradition, this renovation project will surely add to the mystique and beauty of the nation's greatest sports facility. On top of being an iconic sporting venue, the Rose Bowl has actually hosted many other events. Tours are conducted regularly so that fans may experience the art and history of the legendary stadium. Also, every July 4th, the Rose Bowl hosts America Fest, a celebration of Independence Day. It is the largest fireworks show in Southern California and includes live music, foods, and crafts. On the second Sunday of every month, the stadium also hosts the Rose Bowl Flea Market. With over 2,500 vendors and 20,000 monthly visitors, it is the largest flea market on the West Coast. Perhaps the coolest and most important events hosted at the Rose Bowl outside of sports, are the concerts that are held. Here's a list of some of the most famous musicians to perform at the Rose Bowl: Stevie Wonder, Bob Dylan, Aretha Franklin, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Michael Jackson, Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones. The list goes on. My recommendations for making the Rose Bowl better, they're actually planning to get rid of these problems for the 2018 plan. The only problem with the Rose Bowl I had personally, because I've been there a few times, is that how old it is. The bathrooms are disgusting and the lines are always packed. There are no LED televisions that are big enough for the fans to see, and the parking is absolute worst. It's a nightmare to park there, and at times it takes you 30 plus minutes to get to the stadium after you park. Leaving the stadium can take an hour. So these are just some of the issues I've had, and these issues are actually addressed in their 2018 renovation plan. So 2 big things is fix the bathrooms and modernize them, and fix the parking situation. A ton of parking is done on the grass, and it's very hard to even find your car sometimes. To conclude, it is easy to see why the Rose Bowl has cemented itself as a historic American landmark. It embodies the spirit and passion from the greatest athletes all over the world. The first time you set foot in the Rose Bowl and walk through the tunnels staring out into the field, you feel it. You're overwhelmed with the history, beauty, and simplicity of such a stadium. For almost 100 years, it has been the theater of dreams, the house of immortals, and the host of America's biggest games. The new renovations and technological improvements will catapult it into modern era and further its already legendary status as the greatest sporting venue in America.